guys, it's Taethetraveler, also known as Taethetraveler. So I feel like today I'm shooting super close to my face, which is fine. I feel like it sets off this really intimate vibe, which is good, because today's video, I guess, is kind of intimate. So today we're going to talk about virginity. Just let me say that. Let me throw that in there at the start of the video so we all know. And I'm about to be kind of, explicit, kind of direct. So when I say virginity, I'm a virgin. I'm 22 years old, turning 23, and so when I was 16 I decided to buy a purity ring as a reminder to myself that I was choosing to honor God with my body and honor my future husband, and I wasn't going to have sex. So by virgin I mean I have not been penetrated both vaginally, anally, not given, not received oral sex. And the reason why I'm being so direct and being so candid is because I feel like there's this whole debate whether it's oral sex, is it not sex, what is sex, do you have to be penetrated, whatever. So I thought, hey, let's just be very clear from the very start so everybody knows what we're talking about and we're on the same page. So now that the awkwardness is done, I'm sorry mom and dad if you're watching this video. Okay, so a few years ago, I really struggled with pride. Like, I was super prideful, and that pride was actually birthed from the fact that I'm a virgin. I was just very judgmental to other people that were having sex, whether you're a Christian or not a Christian. I was just really judgmental, and because in my head I had put my virginity as this badge of purity over myself. So because I was a virgin, in my eyes, and I thought in God's eyes, I was pure. And so when I'd find out that girls in my church were pregnant, honestly I would side-eye them like, oh, but girl, I thought you loved Jesus. Like, what's going on? And I didn't realize that purity was also about the content of my heart and the content of my mind. So one day I'm in my room and I'm actually spending time with the Holy Spirit, and I feel him say to me, Taethetraveler, yes, you're a virgin, but you could still go to hell. Now, I was completely like thrown off, like, wait, I don't get it. Why am I going to hell? I'm a virgin, remember? I'm holy. And God started to really deal with my heart and started to show me that yes, being a virgin is an act towards purity, but it's not purity in itself. So if you're making the decision to be celibate or you still haven't had sex, yes, that is an act towards purity, but it's not purity itself. Jesus is the standard of purity. So until you look like Jesus, you are still, pursuing purity. There is still work to be done. The reason why I decided to make this video is because I feel like a lot of the times we can ignore certain sin and we can highlight other sins, and there's sins that we consider to be big sins, and sex is definitely one of them, especially in church culture and millennial church culture. I think everyone's like, oh my gosh, as long as you're not having sex. And yet there's a lot of us who are walking around with different brokenness in our heart, with different sins that we're struggling with. There's a lot of us that are super prideful. There's a lot of us that have so much anger, so much resentment, who are unteachable, who have stubborn and rebellious spirits. But because we are not fornicating, having sex, we think we are pure before God, we think our lives are pleasing before God, and it's just not the case. Like I was saying before, I really struggled with pride, and there was never a day that I felt like, oh, I should probably go up to the front and get prayer on this, or I should probably, talk to God about this so I can work on this. Because in my head I was like, but I'm a virgin, like I'm fine, I'm pure, like my life is pleasing unto God. And my virginity became my identity. It literally became like who I was. I put everything on it. And the other day I was actually saying to the Holy Spirit, you know what, like if I had had sex or, lost my virginity or whatever, I honestly think that it would have had such a detrimental effect on who I was and who I am and my relationship with God, because I had like equated my salvation to the fact that I was a virgin. Like in my head, God loved me because I was a virgin. Like I genuinely, my virginity, I'd wrapped everything, who I was, my entire identity, over this one thing. And don't get me wrong, like it is so important for us to understand that sex is so sacred in God's eyes, and like being a virgin is something that is very pleasing unto God. Being celibate is something that is very pleasing unto God. But when we make it our everything, when we make it our identity, and when we make it our mark of holiness and righteousness, it's very easy to ignore other things that are happening in our hearts. So yeah, I really wanted to challenge people to really change our view of sex, understand its sacredness, understand its holiness, but understand that it's not the be all and end all of purity and holiness and righteousness. It really isn't. And as you guys already know me, I'm all about discourse. I'm all about getting conversations going. So I wanted to put this question out here for Christian millennials. Like, what is your experience with sex? Like, if you have had sex before, and in terms of like, how did other people treat you when they found out? Did people treat you as if you were unholy? Did you think you were unholy? For girls who are Christians and got pregnant, how did the church react to you? Yeah, I just want to get conversations going. I want to understand what other people's experiences are, because I think a lot of what I was experiencing as well was very church taught. Growing up, you know, being a virgin is something that's talked about from when you're in youth, and that the fact that it's something that's so important. So I think a lot of the pride and how I viewed sex, and how I viewed virginity and viewed other people that were no virgins, was a lot of things I'd picked up from growing up, and picked up from being basically raised in the church. So yeah, so this is a really short video. Just wanted to get discourse, wanted to get dialogue and conversation out there, and just hear people's experience on this topic. So yeah, I hope you guys are okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share it, please like, please comment down below, subscribe, let me know what you guys think. Let me know whether, you know, if you're anything like me, if your virginity is something that you were really prideful of. Like, God had to free me, guys, from the bondage of my own virginity. It's crazy. But yeah, so yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.